Well, there's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. It's royal roundup time, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have said that it is their children's birthright to be called Prince and Princess, and King Charles has granted Prince Edward the title of Duke of Edinburgh for his 59th birthday. As you know, I love to give you that rundown, and who better to do so than royal biographer Angela Levin. Angela, God, there's a lot going on in the royal circles. Where should we start?
I think we should start with the new Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, actually. They've worked incredibly hard. They've been quiet. They don't make a big fuss. They just get on with things. The late Queen used to say she really loved Sophie because she wouldn't know she was in the room.
Aww.
I mean, but it was a compliment because she's, you know, as compared to other people who make a big fuss about everything. And I think that it's lovely that she's also become very beautiful. And one of those women who, the older she gets, the more beautiful she is. And I thought to myself on the way here, you know, the cartoon that made fun of Harry and Meghan when he looked down the throat and it was an echo and there's nothing there. I think he would find compassion, kindness, gentleness. It would be a very different sort of throat to look down. And I think that she's been a wonderful wife to Prince Edward, because he made a bit of a mess of it. He didn't like being in the military. He didn't do well at university. He had got 2 D's and an E, I think, for his A-levels. And he just didn't really know who he was. But once he married her 24 years ago, she sorted it all out. She got on to help do things for people who lived nearby who weren't very rich or had issues, and do more and more for the family. And we see photographs of them all over the world, but we don't really send people and get to know them really well. And I hope now that they've got the best title that they will know more. What I wonder is whether Harry and Meghan had heard this. They've got a spy here and they knew that they were getting it, so they had to get their prince and princess Lilibet in
You think
before.
You think that's why they did that?
Well, I think that's after the fact that, you know, that they'd had a bad time with Frogmore, that they would actually come back with that, a tit for tat, in mighty letters. And also they could come in the middle of the other one that's coming out. And, you know, if you saw Meghan's smirk as she went walking in USA, which we haven't seen anything of her for ages, that she was all confident and happy that she'd scored a goal. But I think it's actually awful to manage your children in that sort of way. They said before that they knew that they had this birthright, but they wouldn't do anything and let them see what they want to do when they're older. But actually they've slammed that down. And although little girls want to be a princess at a party, I don't think they want to be a princess with other little girls, because they'll make fun of them, they'll bully her, and I think it's very difficult. It's a huge burden for a young girl to have, and I think it's a great shame.
It's like Meghan's dream, isn't it? What about Camilla's International Women's Day reception?
Well, that was really interesting because of the women that she got. I mean, she did it despite the fact she lost her brother-in-law. He died, and they were very close. Even him and his sister went on honeymoon with them to Scotland. But she was very up to it, and it was a whole range of, you know, I've got the numbers down here. The people who were in Happy Valley, the star of Happy Valley, she came and she was thrilled to meet the princess. But I think she was the only one who allowed her husband to come. So there we are.